This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Thundercracker from the Transformers the movie. This is the first one of the new wave of Seekers that we are seeing today, which is actually kind of funny that they went with Thundercracker because usually they go with Starscream. Turn the box to the side, we get a nice headshot of Thundercracker. And on the side here, it just continues the packaging, which I don't think it's done that before. Has it? And then on the back of the box, we see just a picture of Thundercracker. Looks like it's the argument inside Astro Train about who's going to be the leader when they decide to toss Megatron out. Thundercracker prepares for battle alongside Decepticon leader Megatron. Oh, that's helpful. Let's go ahead and just open them up. So look at that. Along with the new packaging, new design, they gave us a plastic bag instead of that tissue paper crap. So we got a bunch of extra bits here to deal with. I don't understand what the deal is with why we're producing stuff in clear plastic only to paint it. Like, why isn't it in the same plastic as everything else? Let's take these little wingtips from Thundercracker here. Okay, goes on that way over there. This is definitely designed so that you don't put it on the wrong one, at least. Not really sure why they felt the need to actually make those as separate parts, but they did. Also, just to point out, with this new design, we do actually hide the nose cone in the back now instead of having it stand out. Here we'll bring our previous Voyager class Seeker right there. So at least from the side, it's definitely a cleaner look. I like the color better on the new one too. And it looks like we have brought back the light piping. So that's cool. Oh, that already looks like a bad recipe right there. This thing apparently isn't, the leg on mine is apparently not closing into place properly. So let's see, chances are this would go over on this side, and this would go on this side. Or I'm guessing they can also be used to put back here as parts forming bits in order to keep the legs smoother. And we got the null rays. Well, I don't know if they're called null rays in his case. That goes there. You can go ahead and put it in his fist too, if you wanted. But we all know the Seekers do it shoulder mounted. But seriously, I do wish, like, I realize that this is probably how it was done in the cartoon, but could we maybe stop putting the Decepticon logo upside down? It just looks stupid. So again, like I was saying, the back is a lot cleaner. Even with the fins on there, it still looks relatively clean. Looks like they did some pretty fair amount of new stuff here too, you know. I'm sure a lot of it's still going to transform, probably similar to the previous ones. Maybe, but as it stands right now, it does look really good. And I'm definitely preferring the Studio Series to our previous releases. Like, the details are great at the time, but something about the cleaner animation look just it feels better to me. He's also got a smile on his face. But let's go ahead and, well, leave that in there. Try out his articulation, shall we? The head is on a ball joint. We can spin it. Because of some of the transformation there, we can get a little bit more of a forward bend to his head. We can look up and off to the side. The arm spins up. Obviously, the wing stops it from going all the way back. We can hinge it out. We have a single joint in the arm, or in the elbow. There is still a bicep cut. And even the hand has a spin to it, which is surprising. Betting it's going to have something to do with transformation in the future. Waist has articulated so that we can give him a little bit of a spin. But he does stop about that far that way and that far that way. So we're not going to get a full 360 there. However, we do have the thigh cut and the bend at the knee and the waist. We can push up the skirt piece a little bit to try to get that full bend up there. So I guess this will be for sitting in the throne, huh? Oh, crap. Well, that doesn't bend that way, apparently. Oh, dear God. There we go. All right, so we do have an ankle rocker. And the foot will fold up this way, but does not fold down. So there's no hinge to this leg at all for the foot. Just an ankle rocker. Now we'll take this off and this off, as well as these bits here. And let's see if I can figure out how to transform him. The legs are probably going to be simple enough, but... looks like these things... Okay, fold the wings out of the way a bit here. All right, so the chest pieces go up. Open that up a little bit there because probably going to have to bend through here. Oh. There we go. I don't know. I know his nose cone wasn't actually black in the cartoon, but I kind of wish it was there. So if we got that up out of the way, looks like the... Okay, hands fold in. I should probably lower the camera a little bit, sorry. Okay, the hands fold in. Usually the arms fold in too, but... I was worried because I was expecting Thundercracker's head to fit in that spot there. Does... Wow, this did not take me long to get lost. So the transformation is definitely different enough from the previous toys. I mean, we know the nose cone has to go up through there. So his head should fit through there too. But I can't get the head to fit through there. Oh, for fuck's sake. I really wish Hasbro would go back to doing pins. Okay, so that goes back like that first. Then this should go up. Okay, that goes up like that. Okay. Then we can spin this around like that. All right. We got a couple of these things that go pop up there too. Feels like this is supposed to go in here. There we go. Hey, there's actually landing gear. The feet fold up kind of like the original toy. Obviously, those open up. And I just lost a blaster. Let's squeeze those together right now. We gotta try to bend that into... Actually, they don't go in very far, do they? Okay, so obviously those have to go down in there. Like that. But then why doesn't that close all the way? Maybe it's not supposed to close all the way. No, something's not right here. Because that's these already in place. Move that back like that. Because that's pretty much how these things always go. But when I close this, it's not going into there. If it goes into there, it has to come up more. I mean, it looks like I'm following the directions the way it's supposed to be. Maybe I need to take them... Because that's what it shows. Okay. There we go. I guess maybe it's harder to put it in place when it's both legs together then. Oh. We're going to put that flap down there. Now maybe the wings will go into place here. Plug these things back into their positioning. So his jet mode, oops, let's just get that out of the way. His jet mode here leaves a huge hollow bit in there. That's kind of ugly, honestly. But from the top, he looks beautiful. Even the side view looks good. He's also got the landing gear to help hold him in place properly. Now, if we compare him to the previous Thundercracker, there's still a gap there, but it's more filled in. There's no landing gear, however. They are surprisingly roughly the same size, although I think Hasbro probably figured they could get away with shrinking them down. Just because, you know, there's so many Seekers out there that doing so would just, like, be very noticeable. I do kind of like the way they handled the feet better on the old version. Like, it's a different dial. It's a different style of thruster that they have. Instead of the round ones, it's just those. But these do look like they might be blast effect compatible, but I'm not 100% sure. Unfortunately, this whole thing with the freaking hollow gaps in the weapons, it's super noticeable from the top on here now. Like, do they really save that much money per figure that they have to make all those spots hollow like that? I doubt it. It's probably like 0.0001 cent or something. Yeah, I will say I like the color of the new one much better than the old one. So this guy is definitely going to be taking the place of my, what was it, Earthrise Thundercracker on the shelves now. Because, again, he does look so much nicer. And generally speaking, I think the Studio Series are the ones that I'm more displaying than anything else. And the cleaner silhouette, especially from the side and back, just looks nicer. This jet mode, that bottom of that jet mode is awful. But everything else looked really good overall, except for the hollow points in the blasters. So once again, that's kind of a sad thing, and I don't, again, understand why they do that, because I can't imagine it saves that much money, does it? I'd really like to know, honestly. I also like that they've brought back the light piping for the eyes. That's a nice little cheap feature that can be added in there. So yeah, overall on this guy, the Studio Series Seekers, I think will be really nice to have. The transforming is not that much fun, though, to be honest with you. It's not particularly complicated once you figure it out. It just wasn't that much fun, and it's got a lot of parts forming here, sort of. And besides that, just trying to transform him back to robot mode from jet mode, the little flaps on his back of his legs kind of popped off on me too, because Hasbro doesn't use pins anymore on anything. But those are my thoughts, and why don't you guys share your thoughts in the comments below? And if you enjoyed this review, please feel free to transform that like button. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense in the future, you can subscribe. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.